Hi everyone, welcome back to Scented Moments channel. I'm Jolima, I hope you're all doing well. And yes, I'm looking like a tomato because, well, Sunday was my first beach day, so that explains all of this shrinkness. So that being said, I want to talk about 10 amazing citrus fragrances. Well, actually they are 13. Well, we have 3 fragrances from the same brand and other 2 from other brands, so that's why in total I have 13, but for the sake of the title of this video I will write as the top 10 citrus fragrance, and it won't be in a specific order. So with that being said, the first fragrance that I have here is from the house of Maison Kurkdjian, and it is Aqua Vitae Forte. This one right here, this is an eau de parfum concentration. This is a beautiful looking bottle, and actually this is my favorite from the Aqua line of Maison Kurkdjian because it's the most complex and it's the most unique of the 3 or 4, because you have Aqua Vitae, then you have Aqua Universalis, you have Aqua Celestia, and I think that's it. Maybe it's just 3. And this is my favorite because this has a lot of citruses, and that's why it's featured in this video. So this has lemon, this has bergamot, this has orange, but also has cinnamon, has also a bit of cardamom, has orange blossom, ylang ylang, musk, and all this combined creates a very citrusy, very effervescent, uplifting, warm, spicy fragrance, quite sensual and quite elegant. This is pure elegance for summer. Very unisex in my opinion, and I'm not the type of person who appreciates ylang ylang. On the contrary, actually, ylang ylang, it's a very tough note for me to handle, but here is so smooth, and you have other notes that are blended with the ylang ylang that are blended to perfection. Actually, love the citruses on top here, has a natural feel in here. Then you have the spiciness, the cinnamon actually is quite prominent with a hint of cardamom. You have orange blossom as well, so you have a lot of airy, fresh, citrusy notes, a bit floral, warm, spicy fragrance, spicy notes. Wonderful fragrance, very unique, and it's one of the best citrus fragrances out there. So again, from Maison Kurkdjian, it is Aqua Vitae Forte, and this one starts this video. Now the next fragrance I have here is from the house of Dior, and it is Eau Sauvage. This one right here, this is a classic. This doesn't need any introduction. This is one of the best designer citruses out there, if not the best. This is a classic. It's amazing. It has, to this day, at least in my opinion, the citrus notes here have a natural feel. So you have, of course, bergamot and lemon. Has the most prominent notes, but this is quite mossy and green and has a barbershop nuance in here. So you have moss, you have oak moss, you have vetiver in the base, but then you have also lavender, beautiful smooth lavender that gives this barbershop impression. You have carnation in here as well, rosemary. So as you see, this is the typical classic gentlemanly scent that it's wonderful. The only downside of this fragrance is really the performance. Actually, at least on my skin, doesn't last that long. We are talking about 4 hours max, unfortunately, but in terms of the scent alone, it's incredible. One of the best of Dior and one of the best classic fragrances out there. Very gentlemanly, very versatile. Yes, it's a bit mature, but still I think it feels very modern to this day. So if you're searching for a nice citrus fragrance to wear on a daily basis, I think this is a fantastic suggestion. This is a fantastic option out there. Again, is Eau Sauvage from Christian Dior. Next fragrance I have is from the house of Guerlain from the Aqua Liguria collection, and this is a fairly recent acquisition, and it is Mandarine Basilic. This one right here, beautiful looking bottle. This is actually, if not my favorite, one of my favorites from this collection. I also have Pamplemousse, which I actually do love, but not as much as this one. Pamplemousse has a great grapefruit, but also has a lot of blackcurrant. And here it's more about the mandarin orange. It's one of the best that I ever experienced. Wow. Incredible. This is so damn realistic and so natural. It has a natural feeling here. This is so fizzy. It really smells like you just squeeze a mandarin orange. Wow, incredible. This also has warmness in here. It's a bit sweet, but not overly sweet. This fragrance is incredible. Great performance actually on my skin, good longevity, which I was not expecting, but this is an eau de toilette concentration, although, well, usually citrus fragrances don't last that long, but this one actually lasts through the entire day. And it's very unisex. All of these fragrances are fairly unisex. And seriously, if you're searching for a true mandarin orange fragrance, check this one out. It's one of the best, if not the best out there, especially for the price. It is from Guerlain, Mandarine Basilic. The next fragrance I have here is from the house of Parfum d'Empire. I used to love this brand. Well, I still love their creations. I have a couple of them. I have this one and Ambrée. But why I'm saying in the past, because they changed their bottle sizes. Now they just come in 50 ml and the price is 108. So they didn't just lower their bottle presentation, their bottle size, but they increased the price of the 50 ml. So because before you had this 100 ml, and by the way, this is Azemour Les Orangers from Parfum d'Empire, and you had this 100 ml bottle size and the price was 130. This was one of the best bang for your buck in terms of niche perfumery. Not at all nowadays, but well, it is what it is. This one still, it's a fantastic citrus fragrance, fantastic orange, and it's again fairly unique. And it's, wow, this is incredible. Again, one of the best oranges out there. This is very salty and it's quite mossy. This is a modern chypre fragrance. And again, you have the orange, you have the green nuances in here, you have galbanum actually. You have saltiness in here, and again very mossy. You have vetiver in the base. It's wonderful. It's really done to perfection. It's so good. Again, if you're searching for a nice, versatile, easygoing chypre fragrance, if you want to start to dive into chypre fragrances, I think this is a fantastic starter. Again, sadly, it's a bit pricey nowadays and you get less liquid, but I still think this fragrance house, it's still worth checking out. You have this one, which is one of the best orange fragrances out there, hands down. Ambrée, one of the best amber fragrances out there, and the list goes on. So I think this fragrance house overall has still fantastic creations. Sadly, again, the change that they made, well, it's not the best for the customer, but it's the best for them. So nonetheless, Azemour Les Orangers, it's a fantastic orange fragrance that I highly suggest you to check this fragrance out if you have yet to. And now we will talk about Profumum Roma, and I have here two fragrances and two of the very best citrus fragrances, and of course it's from one of my all-time favorite niche perfume house. It is Aqua Viva, the best lemon fragrance in the market, in my opinion, of course, and Orangea, this one right here. So Aqua Viva, it's all about lemon. It's really like you just squeezed a lemon inside this bottle with a hint of cedarwood. It's fantastic. Wow. This is out of this world. And the longevity, it's even better. This will last through the entire day and night. This will project, and I already did a review of this one like a couple of years ago. Oh wow, this is so good. This is the perfect blend of a lemon, where you have the tartness and the sweetness all in one fragrance. Amazing. Really stunning fragrance. Fizzy, uplifting, gentlemanly, versatile. This is signature scent, a signature scent worthy fragrance in my opinion, just like Orangea. Orangea is all about orange, of course. Petit grain, ooh, wow, a lot of petit grain, orange blossom, mint, and a hint of cedarwood as well. But this smells like the most natural orange blossom. Wow. I mean, out of this world. It's green, it's citric, it smells like nature. You are around nature. Oh man, this is so good. That's why I love Profumum Roma. Again, performance is incredible. I think that this one is a bit more versatile than Aqua Viva, because this is a bit smoother. Because here the lemon can be piercing, and because this is a loud fragrance, Aqua Viva, so you might be a bit overwhelmed in the first hour, because this really projects a lot. This one doesn't project all that much, still lasts through the entire day. It creates a nice scent cloud around you, and it's not as overwhelming in the first hour than as Aqua Viva. But nonetheless, these two fragrances are signature scent worthy, one of the best, two of the best citrus fragrances out there, and I highly advise you to check out Profumum Roma overall. The next fragrance I have here is from the house of Chanel, and this fragrance doesn't need any introduction in this channel, nor in general. It is Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche, and this is the lemon meringue pie of the fragrance community. And yeah, I can definitely see that. This is all about lemon, very smooth, vanillic, spicy, it's peppery, and it's done to perfection. Really smells like lemon meringue pie. It's a perfect summery gourmand fragrance. Fantastic. Again, signature scent worthy if you're searching for one. This is one of my all-time favorites from Chanel. Actually, this is one of my all-time favorite fragrances overall. Absolutely love this one. The performance is great. A lot of people complain about the performance. This is the Eau de Parfum concentration, and a lot of people complain about the performance. Well, I don't have any issues with performance whatsoever. This performs really nice the entire day. Again, like we're talking about 7 hours in terms of scent cloud as well, leaves a nice scent trail. And this is a very appealing fragrance. Actually, it's one of my most complimented fragrances ever. So I think that says a lot about this scent. High quality fragrance right here. This is my favorite from the Allure line, and it's so unique, especially in the designer side of things. It's so unique, and that's why I love this. It's one of the best out there from Chanel, and in terms of citrus fragrances, it's one of the best in the designer market. So again, is Allure Homme Edition Blanche from Chanel. The next fragrance that I have here is from the house of Heeley, and it is Note de Yuzu. And this is the best Yuzu fragrance out there, in my opinion, of course. This fragrance is outstanding. This is, if you're familiarized with Ciel Marin from the same brand Heeley, so imagine Ciel Marin with an overdose of Yuzu, and you get Note de Yuzu. This is wow. I mean, incredible. So damn realistic and natural, has a natural feeling here. A freshly squeezed yuzu is how this smells like. And to make things even better, this has this Saint-Marin DNA, so it's quite salty, has seaweed in here, has salty accords, it's woodsy in the base, has vetiver. It's pure summer joy. So good and so underrated actually. Yuzu, it's not a note that you see often. Issey Miyake comes to mind when we are talking about yuzu, but I think this one does yuzu much better than Issey Miyake in my opinion, of course. And Heeley, it's not a very expensive brand. I mean, this is a 100ml bottle size, and the price tag of 100ml bottles is 130 euros. So I think it's quite affordable for a niche fragrance when you will compare with other fragrances in this genre, in the citric genre. I think this is quite affordable in my opinion in the retail price. So of course, if you want to search in the online discounters, if you can find, I think it's even a better deal. You will find a better deal. Nonetheless, No to Yuzu from Heeley, a stunning fragrance for the summertime. This is so joyful, so uplifting, so fizzy, so good, so good. This really smells like summer holidays. So again, No to Yuzu from Heeley in collaboration with Maison KITSUNE. The next fragrance that I have here is from the house of Lalique, and it is Lalique White. A cheapy fragrance right here, and doesn't smell cheap at all, like all Lalique fragrances. This is so good, and I feel like in terms of citrus fragrances, when we, at least on YouTube, when we want to talk about the best citrus fragrances, this isn't mentioned all that much. I think it's quite underrated in that regard. Maybe because it's too inexpensive and so people just dismiss it because of that, but actually this doesn't smell cheap, not at all. This is all about bergamot, lemon leaf. It has pepper, I think it's white pepper. I don't know what white pepper smells like, but this is definitely peppery, it's spicy. It has some woody, it has a woody base as well. It has a hint of violet. So the end result, it's a very green, lemony fragrance. Very smooth, and it has a natural feel, and that's the best part of this fragrance. And actually I was mind blown when I smelled this in the first time, sorry, because I was not expecting to smell so realistic as it smells. I was expecting a bit more harshness, a bit more, I was expecting that this would be more piercing in the opening. Not at all. This is so smooth, so realistic, has a natural feeling here. It's wonderful. Really smells like you are under an orange tree, a lemon tree. Sorry. Well, actually, there's a fragrance called Under the Lemon Tree by Maison Margiela, and it's not as good, not at all as good as this one. This is so much better than Under the Lemon Tree from Maison Margiela. What I was expecting that this would smell like is what it smells like in Maison Margiela. So I think this one is much better than Maison Margiela. I think this one is one of the best citrus fragrances out there, especially for a very affordable price. I think this is a 125 ml. Yes, this is a 125 ml, and you can buy this for 20 euros. So I mean, it's a no-brainer, like almost all Lalique. This is a unique bottle presentation and quite heavy bottle actually, and you get a stunning citrus fragrance. Of course, the performance, yeah, isn't incredible. I mean, we're talking about 5 hours in terms of longevity overall, but again, if you want just a nice, natural smelling citrus fragrance, especially this green lemon fragrance, I think this is a fantastic option. So again, Lalique White, it's fantastic. And we can't talk about citrus fragrances without mentioning Hermès. And if you are following this channel for a while, you know that this is the year of Hermès for me, and that's why I have 3 of them from the Cologne collection. And I love these 3 actually. These fragrances, these 3, these are all you need if you are searching for citrus fragrances. So let's start with Eau de Mandarine Ambrée. This one right here. This is the most unique of the 3 because this is mandarin orange and amber. So unique. This literally smells like an ambery mandarin orange peel, if that makes sense. This fragrance, it's never like uplifting, like effervescent, doesn't bloom, let's say. This is a closed, warm, ambery mandarin orange peel, if that makes sense. But this is so unique. Again, neither of these fragrances smell cheap, smell like synthetic. Of course, these have synthetic molecules, but the best part is that they have a natural feel in them. And oh, this is so good. And in terms of performance, maybe I think this is the worst performer. Although it has amber, but I think might be the worst performer of the 3, at least on my skin, of course, because it doesn't project. So this is more of a skin scent, but I absolutely love this. This is so unique, and it has a sensuality in here. It's very alluring. So if you're searching for an amber mandarin orange fragrance, highly advise you to check this one out. It's so unique. Hermès Eau de Mandarine Ambrée. So the next one that I have here is Eau de Pamplemousse Rose, this one right here, and this fragrance is the best grapefruit out there, in my opinion, of course. So as the name suggests, you have rose and grapefruit. You have also a hint of vetiver in here, but this fragrance, wow. The rose here, it's so good. It's more of a green rose, and you have literally the best grapefruit in the fragrance. Simply outstanding. This is incredible. Of the 3, has the best performance. This actually lasts through the entire day on my skin, projects really well. I mean, you will not fill a room with this one, but you will have a nice scent trail around you, and you will have a unique fragrance and a natural smelling fragrance. The best grapefruit, again, for me, of course, it's from the House of Hermès, and it is Eau de Pamplemousse Rose. And last but definitely not least, from the House of Hermès, a classic, Concentré d'Orange Verte, this one right here. And this is probably the best orange fragrance that I have in my collection. Azemour Les Orangers, it's outstanding. This one, it's a bit better. Not because it's more complex, not at all. Le Azemour Les Orangers, it's definitely more complex than this one. But this is a true orange fragrance. A true orange fragrance. You have orange peel, you have the orange juice in here. It's orange fruit overall. I think it's the perfect orange fruit in a bottle. Absolutely fantastic. Good performance. The second best performer of the 3. And if you're searching for the quintessential orange fragrance, check this one out. It's Concentré d'Orange Verte from Hermès. And last but definitely not least, this is one of my latest acquisitions, and well, I can't believe that I have this in my collection. From the house of Xerjoff, which doesn't need any introduction, it is Nio. Nio is, well, the best bergamot fragrance in the market. It's pricey. I mean, yeah, I paid full retail, but I can say that this is a bit overpriced for what you get. I have Renaissance from Xerjoff, which I would mention if I would not have Nio, because Renaissance has one of the best openings ever. You have this citrus cocktail right in the opening that it's so good. It's so uplifting. But here, this bergamot, oh wow, this is incredible. Have bergamot, have neroli, and again, neroli, it's not my favorite note, it's far from it, but here it's so smooth and it's so sensual. You have jasmine in here, you have spices. It's stunning. It's a stunning fragrance. Long lasting. It's perfect. I much prefer this to Le Labo Bergamot 22. I'm Team Nio in that regard. But if you love Bergamot 22, I mean, you just wear what suits you best. For me, it's Nio. Great performance, very sensual, very elegant. One of the most elegant citrus fragrances that I have in my collection. It's from Xerjoff and it's Nio. And I also love this bottle presentation. Xerjoff, it's one of my favorite brands. But it's a hit and miss for me. I can say that I love Nio, but then in the other side of the spectrum, like, they have some fragrances that I truly can't stand. So I mean, it's a love or hate, but mostly love. So that's why I have still several fragrances from Xerjoff, and that's why in the end it's one of my favorite brands. Nio, it's definitely one of the best citrus fragrances out there. Pricey, a bit overpriced for what you get, because after all, it's just a citrus fragrance, a floral citrus fragrance, but very elegant, very sensual, quite long lasting. It has everything that you want in a citrus fragrance. So to finish this video, Xerjoff Nio. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments down below, what are your favorite citrus fragrances? Do you like citrus fragrance in the first place? Tell me everything in the comments down below, guys, and see you in the next video. Take care. Ciao.